Yeah. So Safe Haven incorporates a bit of a thriller element, so that's sort of new to your film. So how did you come up with that? And
yeah, all stories start with the seed of an idea, so to speak. And sometimes that seed, for me, it might be something that happened in my past, or a family story, or it might be an image I can't get out of my head. For Safe Haven, that was a story that started with a theme. I really wanted to explore the concept of love and danger. And so little by little, the story grew from that theme into the film people will see in the cinemas.
so what's the key to a good love story?
The key to a good love story in both novel and film is to be dramatic without being melodramatic, and to genuinely evoke emotion without manipulation. Then, of course, you have to have great characters and really compelling voices and an interesting story. And you do those things, you'll be okay.
How is working with Josh and Julianne?
Josh and Julianne are terrific. They put so much effort into these films, and they really brought these characters to life. Their chemistry on screen was amazing, and they're incredibly believable as these characters, and you find yourself rooting for them. And as the film picks up pace and really the thriller element starts to loom large, you find yourself on the edge of your seat because you don't want anything to happen to them.
You told us earlier that you sometimes name some of your characters after your kids.
I do.
And can you elaborate on how it came that this girl is called Lexi?
Oh yeah, that was sweet. Yeah, I have 5 children, but my last 3, they're 13, 11, and 11. And one of them is Savannah, one of them is Landon, both of whom have had their names in film. Savannah in Dear John, and Landon in A Walk to Remember. And so Lexi came to me and she said, "Daddy, how come I don't have my name in a movie?" And I said, "Well, honey," I said, "you're in 2 books." And she was. Her name's in 2 books that haven't been adapted into film yet. I said, "That's even better than having your name in a movie because you have 2 books, not just 1. And she said, "But I think I'd rather have my name in a movie, Daddy." So the little girl is now named Lexi.
Right, and which one would you say is your favorite film adaptation of one of your books?
I don't have a favorite film adaptation. Look, Safe Haven's great. It's terrific, but they're all terrific. That's one of the great things about my career, is or the good fortune associated with my career. I've never had a bad film. I've worked with great people all along the way. I've had terrific casts. I would say The Notebook is probably the one that's most likely to be a classic, at least in the United States, because it plays on cable television every single week, it seems like.
There are some recurring images in your films, like the beach and the sea. And what's so great about North Carolina?
North Carolina, it's interesting in that it's an interesting state in that the closer you get to the coast, the smaller the towns become. It's not like that anywhere else, right? In California, right? Los Angeles, San Francisco, they're on the water, right? Seattle's on the water. North Carolina's strange. The closer you get to the coast, the smaller the towns become. So it lends itself well to these kinds of stories in which the characters have time to get to know each other and to fall in love.
Would you ever like to direct one of your own films?
I never will. I never want to direct one of my films. I'm perfectly content handing it over to people who are much better at that craft than I probably ever could be.
And the film is called Safe Haven, so what would you say is your personal safe haven?
Safe Haven, it's my home. It's where it's with my family. That's my safe haven.
That's it? We're actually done?
Great.
In 1 minute.